Hey guys, so I'm back. Let's talk about the oil crash. Man, in the last pocket, I was running low on fuel, guys. Man, a lot of people really underestimate the level of intensity and energy that trading will literally suck out of you if you're an active trader. If you're looking at all the things throughout the day, if you're monitoring the move, if you're if you're there throughout the entire move, okay, which is the very thing that allows you to put together crazy fucking trades that we do here at 30 Market Moves that most of the people would never even dream of. Understand this, you got to go to the fucking gym. You got to work out. You got to go for a run. You got to go for a swim. You got to go for a hike. You got to go for a bike. You got to recharge your body with that energy. You got to put some good fuel in your body. Don't eat that crap. Put some good, fruits, vegetables, don't eat them. Anyways, I don't know. Just go get some fucking good quality food in your system. It's going to help you perform better when the market is demand. And the market is extra demanding right now because, if you're not focused, you're going to be losing colossal payouts. If you don't have enough focus, you're going to be missing entries, exits. You're going to be missing stuff. And so, guys, but even if you do all that, okay, and you come in and you rock and roll ready and you're ready to kick some ass and take them, there's still going to be situations like the oil trade. And the oil trade, guys, I'm recording this on August 14th, and I'm telling you, today was the worst day for the fucking oil trade. Now, for full disclosure, we've been killing it on oil because we entered the trade on July 31st, and every day we've been shorting the fuck out of oil, like literally buying daily expiration on oil every fucking day. And if, we've been right, guess what? 9 out of last 11 trading sessions, oil fucking dropped. So the fact that the oil trade didn't work out today, it sucks because there was an overwhelming probability based on the charts that oil was going to collapse the fuck out today on August 14th. And if you trade with me, you fucking lost your ass on oil today. That's full disclosure. Now, going into tomorrow, okay, not only are you going to be able to make up all the fucking losses that you've lost on oil puts today, but you're going to be able to fucking 10, 20, 30, 50x the amount of your losses into profits tomorrow. Okay, come tomorrow, August 15th. Okay, and so, it's important to review the oil chart. It's important to review the behavioral patterns of oil. It's also important to review the sentiment going into tomorrow Trump Putin meeting. So I'm going to break it down for you right here, right now. You got to go back on the oil chart to the April time frame, which means you'd have to pull up maybe a 9-month chart on daily and stock charts to be able to see that. The ticker for oil is $WTIC. You're going to pull that up, and you're going to see that oil set a low of 56 during the market turbulence we had in April, and it recovered because of United States bombing Iran nuclear facilities. Situation escalated for a few days, created a super big bounce in oil, and since then oil just never recovered. So geopolitical situations clearly will create bounces in commodities from time to time, specifically in oil and gold on occasion. But, recently the price action in gold is telling us that, maybe the war catalyst has been, at least for the time being played out. I'm not saying we are officially in the middle of a World War III. But, the world or the markets sometimes react only to a critical escalation moments. And I think Trump putting meeting tomorrow is going to be the opposite. It's going to be a moment of de-escalation. Trump kind of fucked up a little bit, or a lot, by trying to threaten India with sanctions over India buying Russian oil. And so I think Trump is going to go into tomorrow's meeting trying to, smooth things out over the fuck up with India. And I'm expecting some good things to come out as a result of tomorrow's meeting. Now, any kind of positivity out of the meeting will result either in actual, I'm not saying they're going to lift the sanctions right after the meeting and they're going to announce it on Russian oil. I'm saying that that's going to create positivity in the prospects of possibility of lifting sanctions on Russian oil. Okay, so there's two things. Like, we got a bunch of Indian traders. Like, this could be a moment. That meeting goes well tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you fucking why. You don't have, arguably, two, most influential presidents in the world doing a meeting publicly without any interferences, unless something was already locked in. So in other words, if there was nothing good to come out of this meeting wouldn't even be fucking happening. And they're downplaying the meeting. So in my view, outside of some kind of arrangement, I'm not saying they're going to come out of with a, oh my God, we made a peace deal, the war is over in Ukraine. No, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern, by the way. But what I am saying is, it's whatever is happening tomorrow, it is positive for the sanctions narrative against Russia. And if that's the case, then guess what? Russia's oil is going to be flowing freely. Even the idea, not say starting tomorrow, but let's say if there is any indication, okay, in that direction, oil is going to collapse, because the only two things that have been holding oil up is these geopolitical events. The war in Ukraine, United States bombing Iran, using, you can say Israel, fucking United States, Israel, same shit, right? So basically, bombarding the hell out of Iran, so you could, what does that really translate? Okay, well, that could have, blocked the supply of oil. Well, that didn't happen. Okay, so the oil is continuing to flow. Saudi Arabia, OPEC, okay, are every meeting, what are they doing? They're increasing supply. So the potential for supply cut as a result of geopolitical tensions between Iran and the United States, that didn't happen. However, what did happen is incremental supply increase every time OPEC has met, in the last few meetings. And that trend is not changing. The only concern is that that trend can't accelerate. So all you hear me saying right now is supply going up, supply, oil supply going up. And so tomorrow's meeting, okay, I think is going to be a confirmation that possible positive developments in the sanctions against Russia. What does that mean? Supply up. Okay, supply up. Now, that's one side of the story. I mean, the story is never just about supply. Let's look at the fucking demand side. So what is happening with the demand? So if we're to look, there were two oil reports this week, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, and both of these reports confirmed that stockpiles are The report was like, man, they were expecting a shortage. Well, instead they got like fucking, the number of shortage was like 6 times. The number of shortage that they expected, multiply that number times 6, and that was the number of oversupply. So oil inventories are rising. And I'm talking about United States oil inventories are rising. It's undisputable. And it's not like, sometimes you have this number, oh, it bid by a little bit. Man, that shit was 6 times more than what was fucking expected. Okay, so what does that tell you about the demand side? Okay, people are not using as much oil in the United States. Well, how's that fucking possible? Well, did you, were you present or not on the last job report when they've revised finally what we've predicted? Like in the last few years, we said these job reports are total dog shit. You can't be, they don't know how to fucking calculate them. They don't represent reality. So finally they admitted, oh fuck, well, yeah, we were off by 100,000 jobs every fucking month in the last couple of months. Yeah, if people are losing their jobs, what does that mean? Well, where the fuck do they need to drive tomorrow? Do they need extra gas to go to work tomorrow? No, they don't have a fucking job, so I guess they'll be doing a little less driving, don't you think? So the point is, if they don't have to go to work every morning, and if they don't have to be stuck in the traffic coming back every day, I guess, well, the oil demand is doing what? Based off the fucking job numbers that they're finally beginning to admit, okay? Which I'm going to deviate for just 1 second, right? So Trump fires the person that readjusts the numbers. I've addressed that before, but like this shit is just hilarious, right? I mean, he just put himself in a checkmate because these job numbers are not going to get any better going forward from here. So does that mean next job report he's going to fire the fucking person he appointed after he let the other fucker go? No. Okay? I mean, this is going to be a spectacle of the economic reports. Just get the popcorn and watch the show. This shit is gonna be fucking unreal. So the point is this, okay? Today, when the PPI number came out a little hot, the White House just ignored it. And they didn't say, well, we gotta fire this guy. Whoever came up with that kind of PPI number, we gotta let him go. No, they said, well, okay, that's a good PPI number, which means what? They were in touch with the people that posted this PPI number today, and in reality, it was way fucking worse than reported, because the reaction of the White House to the PPI number today, which is basically another measurement of inflation, was like, well, guys, it wasn't so fucking bad. Let's celebrate, Let's buy the fucking dip on some bullshit on which the market should actually fucking be selling off like crazy. So, because officially between the jobs data, the jobs report, last jobs report, and today's PPI number, what you got is a solid confirmation of stagflation. Stagflation, guys. I mean, markets don't do well during stagflation. Not a bond market, not a stock market, but yet we get exact opposite divergence of what would normally happen in the market under stagflation today. All-time highs. Bonds sell off a little, but not as bad. Hey, we're in the market right now that it's just like, well, it's bad, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Let me tell you something. Not yet. It's been fucking bad, but like based on the way they're reporting the numbers and based on the way that the indexes are puzzling the normal public. Because look, you, as a person, let's say you're not in the markets, right? You're not going in underneath the hood of every stock trying to see what's really happening with the economy. All you're going to look like, if you're watching some basic news or something, they'll be like, oh, the market is up today. Oh, the market is up. Yeah, they're not telling you that a lot of stocks are down fucking 20-30% today. AMAT, after hours. Like, guys, you like, what I'm saying is, They're good stocks that are collapsing with such a huge move expansion that you normally don't see. This is not a bull market. This is the biggest bear sign that we're getting on daily basis on these earnings reports. But yet the indexes are just still fucking out there in the moon, and they will absolutely come down to earth. So the point is the oil, right? We're talking about supply and demand situation. What I just described to you is demand, poor job numbers, okay, inflation, fucking going high. What does that mean? If you got to spend more money on groceries, if you got to spend more money on your house, your insurance, and etc., okay, would you be able to spend more money on gas? Shit. That's what I'm saying is the demand for oil is dropping at the very moment. Like the economic conditions in the United States are deteriorating. They can no longer hide it. And I'm telling you, this is the fucking inflection point where the demand side is deteriorating badly, but is not yet reflected in the economic data fully. And that moment meets the Alaska moment tomorrow, where we're going to get a confirmation of another supply situation where supply of oil goes to the stratosphere. At the same moment, the demand is going to the absolute toilet. So that normally means oil market collapse. You've seen it during COVID. I'm not saying this is going to be as bad as COVID, where oil price is going to go negative for a day. I'm saying that oil is in checkmate. There's no way out of it. Supply up, demand down, price of oil. What happens? It fucking goes down. Okay? When you are in a situation like that, you keep betting against the fucking oil. And so I've explained to you like the economics of it, but now earlier I had you pull up the chart, and you could see that anytime oil has attempted to bounce recently, it gets shot down the same day. So today was probably the greatest short of oil when we consider two factors. So when you're trading options on something, in this particular case, we're talking about trading oil put options. The way we trade them is on ticker /CL. If you are on Thinkorswim, for example, most of the other brokerages just type in CL, but you got to go into the section, for example, on IBKR, where you would select trading futures options. So we're actually trading options on oil futures. We're not trading oil stocks, even though there's some oil stocks that will absolutely collapse. Sure. But your biggest trade, okay, is on oil futures. Again, CL is the ticker, /CL. If you're on Thinkorswim, should be easy. You got to make sure you got your fucking account set up to trade this stuff, guys. The point is this, okay? Your biggest trades are going to be on oil options, trading options on oil futures. You have a situation where the situation is absolutely inevitable that we're going to get a confirmation of supply going higher, and over the course of next, look, we're going to get retail numbers tomorrow on Friday, the 15th, early in the morning. We're going to get oil rig report that measures, that's a part of calculating the oil supply demand around 1 p.m. We're going to get some data tomorrow before even the Alaska meeting happens. But next week, we're going to get some more stuff. And guys, I'm telling you, This move in oil is unstoppable. So if you see oil bounce, you short the fuck out of it. You short it. You short the fuck out of oil. Today was the greatest entry on oil puts in relation to the size of the move, because if you're really looking at the chart, let me break this down. So in April, I told you earlier, you got to go and look at the chart of oil in April. The moment oil broke below 64.80, it was over. It went straight down to 56. And this time, and of course, when it was happening in April, I mean, things were happening at a greater speed. Right now, the market is playing catch-up. The very fact that indexes are constrained to 20 to 30 to 40-point moves on daily basis is telling you that, you know, some of the other market components, such as oil, may be constrained to a smaller move that is about to fucking bust out. The move expansion not only coming in indexes, but I believe it's going to begin with the oil move expansion tomorrow on August 15th, because I do not believe anybody that is in the right state of mind are not going to want to dump their oil ahead of the Trump-Putin meeting. So that tells you what the trade is. You short the fuck out of oil when? There's two ways to put this trade on. Now, I'm going to describe both of them to you. I said we trade options on oil futures, which is ticker CL. And guys, please don't go to your brokerage, wherever you are, and type in CL and pull up fucking Colgate. I mean, it pisses me off when traders do that. That means you're not paying any attention to some of the material I've been posting over the years here on this channel. What this means is very simple. Okay, you got to understand when your contracts actually expire. So your options on oil futures are going to expire at 2:30. I'm expecting a sizable drop in oil before 2:30. Now, the meeting does not actually happen until 3:30. So the biggest drop in oil futures could technically happen between 3:30 and 4 p.m., which most of you don't even fucking trade that time frame, and that's why you don't put together 50x trades. There's two ways to trade the time frame tomorrow on August 15th that's going to cover the period of 3:30 to 4 or 4:15. Use ticker USO to target the exact move between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Okay, you can clearly make the most amount of money on the move between 3:30 and 4 p.m. You can use SPY puts. Okay, now SPY puts are likely to go, not SPY puts, but SPY is likely to go in the opposite direction. When in the first 30 minutes, like let's say it does start on time at 3:30, the meeting, and you know, they don't punch each other in the face, which I don't think it's going to happen, and Trump doesn't fucking walk out in the first 5 minutes, okay, you're going to see S&P futures pump, which is slightly contradictory, right? Because I've given you a lot of bear cases, which I think staying bearish for the entire day tomorrow until 3:30 is good on S&P. It could get a nice bump, but come Monday, Tuesday, going into next Friday, all you do is you short the fuck out of S&P futures. You short the fuck out of NASDAQ. You short the fuck out of all of RTY in particular. So, any kind of positivity that's going to come out is going to be very bearish for oil and highly bullish for S&P 500 futures. The way to trade that move, your S&P, your SPY contracts do not expire till 4:15. So you can place a crazy bet that could go 20, 30x in the event that I am correct about my prediction that this meeting is going to be a positive development, okay? You could bet that S&P futures could bounce nicely between 3:30 and 4:15 p.m. They're going to be dirt cheap. You can buy calls on them things, and while all oil is going to be collapsing, you're going to see S&P futures actually moving higher. So those are your easy trades. Now, if you don't care about putting 20, 30, 50x trade together, then what I just explained to you, okay, is something you're not going to do anyway. Because, well, I mean, not everybody's got a 12-inch dick and a set of balls like we do here at 13 Market Moves. So in that case, what you want to do is you want to play it safe, and you want to buy Monday expiration on USO. You want to buy Monday expiration on a lot of these things, instruments that I described, such as like CL futures options. But, understand that a lot of these things could easily reverse. So as a trader, you can't stop me from trading that time frame tomorrow. And of course, if you're on Robinhood, guess what? Tough fucking luck. Okay, you're not going to be able to capture this potential 20, 30, 50x trade, because guess what? Robinhood is not even going to allow you to open a position at 330 when the options are dirt cheap. Okay, you're not even going to be able to put on a trade associated with the information that I just described. That's pretty fucking simple. Like, you could put $1,000 in this trade and come out at 50 grand. Like, imagine putting a trade on where you put it on at 329, and by 4:14 p.m. you're cashing out on 50K. Guess what? If you're with Robinhood or some bullshit that's even worse like Weeboo, you're not going to be able to fucking do it. As much as I recommend Tasty Trade, you're not going to be able to put that trade on there, okay? So you need IBKR is not going to be able to put that trade there. They will if you got a huge account. Your ticket to put this trade on, you got to go and think a swim. I mean, those are the only guys that aren't going to jump and close in your position, right? I mean, sure, they're going to call you at 345. They're going to say, hey, man, what's up? And if the market is moving crazy, they may not even call you. They may just close your shit. But the point is, like, if you want to put together colossal trades, you got to be in with the beat of the market, like every moment of the day, understanding the time frames, understanding when the move can possibly happen. And just because, people have been dumping oil in the last 9 sessions out of 11, is not a reason to say like, oh man, sure we're going to get a bounce. We all could have actually like completely blasted to the downside today. It could have been at $59 tonight on August 14th. But okay, fine. Had high probability, didn't happen. Just like the market had a high probability of fucking selling off and it didn't happen. But I'm telling you, those moves are so close. They're so close. Just because those trades didn't work out today, I'm telling you, them fucking trades are the greatest setups. Okay, especially if you're trying to figure out, the number one guy that gets in touch with 13 Market Moves, I'm just going to give you the profile, right? Somebody calls and say, hey, man, I really need to work with a coach. I lost $200K in the last 2 years. Please help me. And normally it's the guy that calls that's got like 2K left, and the wife is, doesn't know about the losses, and the guy's trying to make up the fucking loss. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so if your account is over 2K, you need to be getting in touch with us now to avoid this sort of situation. Because most of the guys, honestly, most of the traders, they're just bleeding their fucking account. They're just bleeding it. They're like, man, okay, I can't go. Leo, I cannot go all in here, man. What if I lose it? Like, okay, well, you be fucking happy. You lose it all today instead of dragging it out for the next fucking 5 years, because the way you're doing it, your loss is a goddamn certainty. Okay, you're bleeding. Every day you're fucking bleeding. Okay, you may not be losing a lot, but every day you're fucking losing without any big wins. Okay? You come to 13 Market Moves, sure, you can fucking lose, but goddamn, when we get shit right, your account fucking goes 10, 20, 30, 50 fucking X. And we've done it for a shitload of people at this point. So, don't wait till you got fucking 2K left in your account to get in touch with. Do it. Like I'm telling you guys, you got your account set up right. If you understand that as a trader, okay, you should be targeting certain time frames. You should be targeting certain expirations. Doesn't mean it's going to happen every fucking day, but you should be there and you should not be missing the moment. Like that, everybody will tell you, oh, it's impossible to time the market. It's impossible to do it. It's impossible to fucking do it. Yeah, it's impossible to do it if, you listen to everybody that's telling you it's impossible to do it. Why don't you fucking begin listening to somebody that's actually done it? So, guys, what I'm saying, change some things about the way you trade. Change some things about your trading account. Set yourself up for success. Sign up to trade with a coach. Like if you tried everything, you might have taken some courses out there, and you might have paid a couple of $100 for a fucking course, and you taken it, and you look for it once and you never looked at it again. No, you're not gonna get a 30 market moves for fucking $200, man. You know why? You know why we charge so much for our courses? Because unless we charge you a shitload of money for our courses, you're not even going to take the shit seriously. So, yeah, it's a psychological move. I don't care if we got a gazillion people buying our courses or if we got, 10 people buying our course. I don't give a fuck. What I care about is somebody actually taking the material seriously and not looking at it once, but looking at it 34 times, looking at it 55 times, looking at it 89 times. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay? Until that material is developed in your brain and the way you look at chart changes, the way you look at the behavioral pattern changes, the way you wake up every day and the way you look at the market changes. Okay? Because that's the kind of stuff, that's the kind of vision that we help you develop here, so you don't look at the markets through the eyes of CNBC or Bloomberg. Is even fucking worse. There's so many people on X that tweet garbage. It's absolutely, these people don't have any fucking idea, and they just look. It is sad that people that post so much shit out there, they're not even actual traders. They're just putting content out. And, I hope that some of these messages reach the right type of person that actually is ready to do something different in their life, to embrace something that other people tell them is fucking impossible, and, really hit some big numbers. The reason to come to trading is not to make a couple $100 a day. And those people that advertise that and tell you that, that's fucking garbage, bro. You want to focus on catching the market conditions. And what I just described to you, if you understand the type of trade you need to place, and if you understand the catalyst, and if you understand everything, it's not going to work every time. But the times when it does work, it allows you to capture the kind of fucking exponential trades that most of the people will never, ever fucking believe. They will never, ever fucking believe it. So recently, we had some guys gone from 50K to 2 million, 3 million. We had some guys gone from 10K to over $1 million plus. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, like an average trader that listens to the news and garbage on X and fucking other media they will never believe that. They will talk shit about it. They will, but I'm telling you, you know how you know this shit is real? You fucking make it happen. Look, after all, life is like, it doesn't matter how many people talk shit. I don't care. Me personally, I'm so focused on the markets and trading. That's what I love to do. Fuck. You can't stop. Like, look, I mean, if I was on an island, without a trading screen and, being able to look up charts, I would probably die within 14 days or something like that. Like, this is, this is a part of me. This is a part of my life. I live and breathe charts in the markets. And, your dedication. People think they're going to come into trade and just put a few trades and make a few million. It don't work that way. You can occasionally get lucky and land a couple of big ones just because, you don't know any better and the market conditions are good and you just come in and you don't even know what the fuck you're doing and you land some decent trades. But most of the time when people do that, they don't even stay the course. They'll lock in some gains. For a trader to come in and make, let's say, $20,000 in a day, they're like, oh my God, this is so great. Wow. And they're going to do the same shit tomorrow and don't work. So you got to understand your strategy. You got to understand the recipe that is required to be able to repeat, making 20K. Making 20K is not a big deal, right? If your account is at 500K, what the fuck? But making 20K in a day is a big deal if your account is at 2K. So the strategies we teach you here at 30 Market Moves is being able to be laser focused on stuff that most of the people overlook. Most of the people, guess what? They're going to trade the market open tomorrow, which is going to be like 9:30 to 10 o'clock. They're going to be done. And the real move is going to evolve in the last hour of the trading session. So, if you do what most of the people do in trading, fuck it. Like, you're never going to make big fucking money. You got to focus on shit that other people are not focusing on if you want progress, if you want to move your account into the stratosphere, if you want to set records, personal records, if you want to set records in options trading, like we do here at 30 Market Moves. If you are that person, this is where you belong. You need to get in touch with one of our coaches here, guys. I don't talk this way most of the time, but I do have a tendency to talk this way when I just know that I fucking know how close these market conditions are to producing a huge fucking payout. So don't waste your time, okay? Stop listening to the news. Focus on the charts. Sign up with the 30 Market Moves coach. Trade it like you've never fucking traded in your life. And you'll be able to see what's really possible with trading options with 30 Market Moves. Make it happen in a fucking big way. Don't sign up because you want to make 20K, 50K, 100K. Sign up because you're the guy that wants to go to 20 mil, 30 mil, 50 mil. You want to do that? You get in touch with us today. Don't miss the fucking oil crash that starts tomorrow.